subscribe.
This is a new Sony camcorder I'm using. So this is the AX53 model. I only bought this a couple of days ago, so if you look at the opening part to this clip, at first it mightn't look anything special, but it's taken with this particular camera. And when you look back at that T-section on the road, where I sat over to the road and zoomed back, that was approximately 1 mile or 1.6 kilometres, and then you also take into account that was actually handheld. We'll come in on that. The other day I changed my mind about running the bike without the bar risers on for a Motone I got, but now that I've got the steering sorted out and it's performing a little bit better at the moment, I decided I might just put the high risers back on the bike, get back out and try it again. So that's the idea of today. I might as well go on to that one. Like I said, I had plans on fitting the sump guard to the bike today, but that won't happen now until I head over and get myself a set of deep sockets, because I don't want to burr the front of that socket on that cylinder head there and then ruin that up totally, and then that could cause me all sorts of drama. So we'll have a look at the bike now in normal form, then we can have a look with the bar risers on. Just a quick look at the factory bar risers, so we'll just zoom in, take a quick peep. Now I've got 4 hex screws to undo, so they're W6s, so I'll get into those and remove it. Okay, I'll crack them all open. Get these bars off. We're using a 14mm socket to loosen this one off, and to get it loose, we'll be pulling it towards the tank. That should do at the moment. Now we can swing around and hit the left side. So we can now undo all that W6 hex. Try not to drop the old mounts. Put those aside, put the bars out of the way and set them back on your tank, which has got protection on it. You're left with that. Come back from underneath the bike now and get rid of this support bar, which you can unscrew now by hand. Got one out of the way. Swing around behind the camera here. Okay, and that one's out of the way. Just in case you haven't sighted them before, these are the Motone Bar risers. They're up around that $300 mark here in Australia to supply them, you know, like to purchase them from England, bring them over, pay the freight on them. So they actually increase the height of the bar by 1 inch, and then they also bring the bar back 1 inch too. So naturally there's your angle, roughly something like so. And you see it forward brings it up close to your 1 inch. It's recommended that you put a couple of stainless washers at the bottom, very thin ones or something, so that when you it mounts a little bit better from underneath. I'll also point out nothing's changed in the fitting of the bar risers. You still attach the handlebars via the M6 hex. I'll just remove the hexes first from the top, so it makes it easy to So once it's in position, I can just slip the bars back in the bar carrier. I've got the bolt, 2 washers up underneath, through the hole. Put your bar riser in, wind her on clockwise, screw it from the bottom or the base, whatever you want to do, till it's almost tight, about so. Get on to the other side, same procedure. The reason behind that so I can manoeuvre the bars into their slots without forcing. Okay, we've got the bar risers in position. I'll bring the bars up in place. Like that. That's about where I think they should be. Come over now and put the holders in place. Sometimes these bolts appear to like catch a bit, so the idea is give them a shake and they will sort of reset themselves and then go back in. And that's better than forcing them and doing a strip. Where if you do a handshake like that on, you'll find that they'll work pretty good and go back in. Then you can get your attachment on them and tighten them up fairly easy. But I think if you weren't careful, you could cause yourself a bit of drama there if you go a bit silly and try to get carried away there and cross-thread it, then you'd be in a bit of trouble. But this particular one here at the top, that was catching, and you just sort of give it a shake like I did and it was right. Then as you get closer, you can check your gaps up here, down here, see if they're pretty even. What I plan on doing is run this bike again for just a few kilometres to see what I think of it, once again with the risers on it. If it's okay, I'll then come back and seriously think about Loctiting these bottom bolts, which I'm about to tighten now. These couple of cables going across. See how the other one looks. When you actually look in the front end of the bike, you can see that they do sit up quite high. From another angle. Second time around, fitting these Motone Bar risers was fairly easy compared to what it was playing around the first time. One thing I didn't mention, what the handlebars torque setting, the handlebars itself were 24 Newton meters, and the ones underneath, it actually hold the Motone Bar risers on underneath. They're 38 Newton meters in the torque. I suppose it'd probably be a good idea to use blue Loctite on them to make sure they don't come undone. I couldn't see that be a problem, so we'll just go back again. So up here, 24, and when we swing underneath, 38. Yeah, so overall everything went all right on that one. It was a fairly straightforward go. I'll go out and give her a bit of a test at a later date and just see what it's like, and then decide if I'm going to hit it with a bit of blue Loctite on those, and then just recheck the work I'd done on it. There's my sump guard, which I did have planned on fitting today. I'll go down and get some sockets for that tomorrow and then have a go at that one once I see how this clip turns out with the new camera. Then I'll go back to doing something maybe on the KTM and get out there and try that 14-tooth sprocket. But today it rained heavily all last night, so I didn't feel like going out and giving it a workout. So I thought I'd just give this camera a bit of a hit You've got the torque setting, you've got an idea what it looks like on the bike. I think that's about it, concludes it, and I'll see if I can put this video together and see if I can make something of it. So once again, catch you later.